no shame. You gotta be working to get the woman and the wine. Keep the beat and get your hands in the air. Shuffle it quick cause it's an African affair. To Buffalo Park and our home at St. George's. We're bringing the silverware back on the border. That's the way of the warrior. That's the way of the warrior. That's the way of the warrior. That's the everyday warrior.
Down, coming out of PE town. Got a drink, find a shot. Never mind your liver, get to Gino's spot.
Gino's spot.
Get to Gino's spot.
Gino's spot.
Have a laugh, have a giggle, and exercise your middle. Have a Gino shot.
Gino's shot.
Get to Gino's spot.
Gino's spot.
Get to Gino's spot.
Gino's spot.
Have a laugh, have a giggle, and exercise your middle. Get to Gino's spot.
Gino's spot.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Center Stage.
Oh, that was a hell of a smack on the head. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Gino's Spot. Look at that. I'm in an angle here. I hope that you are well rested and ready for the voting tomorrow. Everybody's in. The special votes apparently were going okay, but I believe there were a few places where there were long queues for the old people, which is not great. But tomorrow I'm hoping that everything's going to go smoothly. I'm going to be at Warmertown Hall. I'm going to go there and vote there, and we'll see. I'm just going to watch the queue and see. I don't know. Everybody's rushing out early. I don't know if it's good to go early. I don't know if it's good to go late. I don't know. Last time we went late and it was easy. This time maybe we're going to be in trouble. I suppose it's always better to go early to make sure that you actually get there and do it. Do the thing. We've had a fantastic couple of weeks doing shows. This last week was our first sojourn into the bowling club, which is at the St. George's Park Bowling Club, which is the oldest, I believe, the oldest bowling club in the Southern Hemisphere. I might be wrong. You can put it in the comments if I am, but I know that it's the oldest in South Africa, and that makes sense because the 1820 settlers would have done it. Those little buggers, they would have brought a bit of sports across, and so PE had the first bowling club ever in the country, and I think it is in the Southern Hemisphere as far as I know. So it's got such a lot of history. It's a beautiful venue. Actually nestled in St. George's Park, just as you go. The GFI gallery is there near the entrance. So if you get to the GFI gallery, you turn left into the into St. George's Park, and you go down the little road there, and you go into the bowling club. They have got beautiful secure parking, fenced in, because they've given the parking to two of the greens at the back. And then I think Atlas is there. They've sort of made a little bit of a base there for us, which has been fantastic. So we had secure parking, a beautiful venue. The greens are looking beautiful, and the venue inside is just laced with history. Absolutely, it is there. A nice picture of the barrels going on. So we look out, we turn around and look out the windows onto this beautiful green that's lit up at night. And I tell you, it was such a beautiful vibe. Reminded me of the bowling club in Grahamstown, which we used to do with Center Stage for many years. So the shows there were fantastic. Both of them sold out completely. Creedence Clearwater Revival was a party of note. And I don't know if any of the guys that are watching were there, but man, we had a fantastic time. We had our center stage band pulling in from all over the world, and we had a real nice reunion. The Magnificent Seven was also sold out on the Friday night. It was fantastic. And now we are going forward with Barry Hilton. Barry Hilton is going to be there on the 31st. Is that right? This Friday, Gary says this Friday. Let's have a look at Barry and what he has to say.
So she said, how bad is the crime then? I said, bro, you don't understand. In Johannesburg, you know that place in the Kruger? Johannesburg. There was a bank robbery last week. And on the way to the getaway car, these guys got mugged. By the police. So, you can laugh, son. It's all right. I'll let you go.
That's it. Barry Hilton is going to be there on the 31st. He's such a legend. And so make sure you get your tickets. There's only one show, Barry Hilton, one show at the Bowling Club. It's such a great venue, like I said. Also, then next month, 28th of June, as you can see over here, right over here, 28th of June is my show, Artificial Intelligence, my new show with Dolores and Winifred and Lentil Fasahi and a host of other characters. It's been sold out every show so far, so we're hoping we're going to sell this one out as well. It's going to be great fun. Also at that bowling club, at that same bowling club on the 28th of June. So don't miss out on that. Tonight we have Mark Ruffer on, but before we get there, we have a special guest that pops on every now and again to give us an update with the motor racing and anything with engines in it. Brendan Kelly is Motor Mouth, and he's going to give us an update of what's going on for the petrol heads in PE. Let's check it out.
Well, it's a very good evening to you, Gino, and then good evening to everyone that is watching Gino Spot. Thanks once again for the opportunity to keep you all up to date with what's happening in our local motorsport. We're gearing up for an absolute humdinger this weekend at Aldous Grabante. We have round 3 of the Algoa Motorsport Club Regional Championship taking place. That takes place before the big one. That is obviously the Aldous Grabante 5-hour, which is due to start at 4 o'clock and running into the night, finishes at 9 o'clock. So that's going to be certainly one to watch. Michael Stephen will be back in action. He's joined forces with Nick Adcock and young Charles Visser from Cape Town. And that'll Charles Visser, the Polo Cup champion. So they form an absolute powerhouse combo in the Nova Proto NPO2 Lamar type car. So I'm sure we could see an all-time new lap record being set by this trio this weekend. Aldous Grabante will be competing in the 1-hour dash as part of the 5-hour race. They just raced the first 1 hour, and he's obviously in his familiar Lamborghini Hurricane. Spectators are in for an absolute treat. They'll be spoiled to 13 hours of non-stop racing action. We've got regional saloons with a whole host of drivers making the trip down from East London. And then there's the Bennett Plumbers Coastal Challenge for historic and classic type cars, with the retro cars and open tops in the mix as well. There's the open motorcycle classes, CBR 150, 250, and the clubman's classes all taking part as well. And that'll build up the momentum going into the 5-hour race, where you will see the Lamborghinis, Porsches, Ferraris, Audi R8s, as well as some of the big GT Mercedes Benzes in action, with a whole bunch of backdraft Cobras in the mix as well. Tickets available at the gates, just 80 Rand for adults, children under 12 get in for free, and racing set to get underway at 9 o'clock, and we're looking forward to a massive crowd. An added bonus that we're going to have out at Grabante is that Algoa FM will be broadcasting live from out there. JP Buerta will be doing the top 30 from trackside, so that is also a great one to have. Then thanks again for the opportunity, and enjoy the show. You've got Mark Ruffer on the show. He's also an old Dalian, and he just happened to be my next door neighbor. We grew up in a little place called Seavale. I had a holiday house at Seavale near Kaiser's Beach, so I'm sure you might hear more than 1 or 2 stories about our misspent youth while growing up at Seavale. Unfortunately, I'm not going to be able to watch the show live, but as I'm off to the Algoa Motorsport Club AGM at the EP Veteran Car Club now. So cheers, everybody. Enjoy the show, and we hope to see you out at Aldous Grabante this weekend.
Right, and thank you, Brendan Kelly, for that. He's like, enjoy your meeting, Brendan. Always like a petrol head. You know, and I don't think I've met somebody who's so enthusiastic and has put so much effort into motorsport in PE. You know, there are a lot of guys that are into it, and Brendan's bringing. You know, you need people like that to stir the pot all the time and keep things going, and he is certainly in the thick of it. So lekker to hear all those all the news about what's happening as well. I look forward to the bit of Scribanti. 13 hours. That's insane. Solid motorsport. If you need a good dose, like drugs, you can have 13 hours of it very soon. Right, ladies and gentlemen, it's time for Gino Spot. We've got Mark Ruffer waiting in the wings, and we're ready to go. So get yourself a drink. Thank you to our sponsors, Fitcher Leeds. Thank you very much indeed. And thank you to Amobia for our internet. And we are ready to go. So let's bring in our guest, Mr. Mark Ruffer.
Ooh, welcome to the show. Now is your time to shine. We're gonna have a lekker chat tonight. Another good time.
And everything's in and ready to go. Cheers to you, Mark.
Cheers, Gino.
Lovely to have you.
Thank you for having me.
It's
Cheers.
a pleasure. I know we've spoken about it a while ago already. I think we rode, what was it? We rode together mountain biking. We did the Holstein.
The red Holstein.
The red Holstein.
Correct.
Red Holstein thing. They've got a whole lot of these trail bike or mountain bike trails out at Crossways. And you can get lost there. I mean, it's just
it's actually phenomenal riding terrain. I love it out there. I mean,
beautiful.
The Paddygills have really done a great job in creating some really awesome routes out there. So I love riding there. It actually doesn't feel like you're in South Africa when you ride there.
It doesn't. It's just
it's a cheap way of experiencing an overseas ride.
Absolutely, it's like riding the Alps.
Exactly.
We are in the Alps. No, you know, and it must take a hell of a lot of work to do that stuff out there, man. I mean, I don't know if you they must be clearing bush and stuff all the time.
Yeah,
that stuff grows back. Every time it rains, the stuff grows back. They're going to make it
exactly.
Yeah, some beautiful single tracks going down there towards.
Yeah, one of my absolute favorites. It really is. It's absolutely awesome.
And the Holstein wasn't easy either.
No,
it was a bit of
a hot day too.
It was.
From what I can recall. I think Bus and Robin Ellingson had to go and find a stream somewhere to gather a bit of water.
They found a stream. Please tag Neil Busika, somebody out there, because they found a stream. Neil came with it proudly announcing
they found water.
I found some water, and it's funny. I just put my bottle in it. I'm like, geez, like I don't know about that one. I saw that one, and it was green cuck coming out there. he had like stuff floating around in his bottle. I'm saying, okay, you can drink it first. I'm just gonna check you out.
I think he called them vitamins.
He did extra vitamins. But Mark, you've got value fencing.
Yeah.
I know that's your entrepreneurial thing that you've done. You've got the franchise here for value fencing, and well, just tell us a bit about it as well.
Yeah, so we started that in 2014. So that's actually our 10th year.
Wow.
And I was actually having a mate of mine. We've been mates for almost 40 years in East London, Brett Zimmerman.
Yeah.
And he said to me, look at this business he's thinking of buying in this franchise. She said, I had a look at this and I said, wow, I need in.
Yeah.
So, after some tough negotiations with the guy that actually owned PE, that lived in East London, that never opened it, I only bought it like a year afterwards. But so that was 2014.
Yeah.
So we've been going 10 years. And my mates and everyone thought, geez, is this like, and I said to them, I'm going to build fences out of plastic and build balustrades and gates. They said, geez, you're crazy. I mean, this is nuts. And wow, it's really taken off well. And we're
just the products that it's like, so it's fencing, balustrades, it's shutters and stuff as well.
Yeah, so we do, so on the Perfect View, so we've got the creative side of the business too. So it's called Perfect View. Perfect View Solutions. We do the PVC shutters. We're now doing security aluminium shutters as well.
Okay.
Fluted wall panels, outdoor panels. So that's a creative side of the business.
Because I was just saying, for like this cladding stuff that you put on
Yeah.
as well. If you've got dampness that just won't go away, just clad it.
Hide it.
Hide it. I love that. I see
So-
this. There's a balustrade there as well. That looks cool. Very cool.
Yeah. So yeah,
Okay,
as I
so-
say, it's been a 10-year process.
Yeah.
It's been a growth phase where we've had to reinvest into the business.
Okay.
And now we've got it to a point where you're running with CNC machines and PVC welders, and
All right.
so,
So you're actually building the stuff in.
yeah.
in
So we
your
manufacture locally.
a little factory somewhere.
Yeah. Well, it's mainly like a big workshop.
Okay.
I wouldn't quite call it a factory, but yeah, it's about
Getting
400, 400 squares. But
Wow, that's-
yeah, I mean, it stacks well, so we can pack to the ceiling
Jeez. Okay.
with proper racking and so forth. And then all the manufacture, like I say, happens in North End as well.
Okay. So the one
Yeah.
north end there.
Correct.
Is
Yeah.
it near to old Rob Archibald there with the Northfield? That's that side.
So no, we're further up. We're closer to Pier 14. That
Okay,
type of
there. Stone
yeah.
Street.
at the back.
We have to
down
go and
Kelly.
get your. Used to go and get your license there, your ID or something in Stone Street.
Back in the day.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah. Okay, so I mean, and that's what you've been doing for now. But I'm gonna go back into your history first. Let's start a bit
I don't know if it's a
chronologically.
good idea.
Yeah. Where were you born? Were you? Is it King?
So yeah, born and raised in King Williamstown. So
Conte.
Ekonte, and then spent a lot of time between sort of King Williamstown and East London, and as Brendan Kelly rightfully mentioned earlier, our parents both had cottages right next door to each other at Seaville, and I mean, we spent many happy years there. I don't think I can repeat some of those stories.
Tell me at least one story about Brendan Kelly. Come on, well, he must have done some crazy shit because I know that guy.
I think he'll kill me.
No.
So Brendan used to paddle ski
Okay.
at Seaville. Yeah, I was a very good paddle skier back in the day.
You surf as well.
I used to surf, so I've still got all my boards. I go out every now and again, but I don't know if I could classify myself as a surfer.
Same with me.
So I've still got all my boards. I love going out in Noordhoek, having a paddle every now and again.
Okay.
But yeah, that used to be our break at Seaville. It used to beautiful waves, sort of uncrowded. It was absolutely magic. So we did get up to a few naughty things. Brendan, I don't know if you can ever remember the one pot we made there. We added some special herbs and spices.
Oh, really?
Let me leave it at that. But we were much younger, so it was all good.
Like a little poiky.
A little
Very
poiky,
nice. Very
exactly.
nice.
So that was
my
great.
soul. And okay, so but school wise, what did you enjoy at school? Did you do music or anything? Did you do sports?
So I played rugby, and I played just about every ball sport there was to play. I sort of kind of dabbled in everything.
Okay.
So rugby I played, but my first love was surfing. So it didn't go down well with the teachers, especially when it was derby days and that type of thing.
Yes.
And
And you were there.
it wasn't official sport, obviously, at Dal.
Yes.
So we used to head down to the coast on the weekends and play. But so when we used to play Queen's College or Selborne College, we'd make ourselves available and probably play. So Dal used to field up to 12 teams on derby days.
Wow.
So it was quite a thing. And we used to play between fourths and fifths.
Yes.
And I used to bounce around between fourths and fifths.
Okay.
And I enjoyed the rugby when I could, but
Okay,
I used to practice during the week. But the weekends, most weekends, I wasn't available.
Surfing.
Didn't go down well, I promise you.
I'm sure. No, I didn't like the fact that you're away from the rugby.
No, not at all.
Obviously, rugby's big at those schools.
Yeah.
We always say that those schools are the breeding ground for our national teams. Often,
Absolutely.
they are incredible. I mean, they all go to the Sharks these days.
Yeah.
Down to Stormers, down to
Sure.
thing. But we've got such a rich rugby heritage with Dale, Queens, Grey, Selborne, like you say, all those schools, and now the schools in PE even are getting so good. Pearson. I mean, look at Pearson and VP and those guys.
It's not a one-horse race anymore.
No.
So
No. Let's have a look at some of these comments. These comments are flying in here. Tracy, how?
Tracy Watson Gill.
Lucky to see you on the big screen. Tracy, and this is that's Ian using Tracy's.
It can only be he's a stirrer.
Tracy's thing.
And the shoes.
When are you going to buy KTM? Nice shirt.
That's definitely Ian. I can
Yeah,
throw Tracy
that's
under the
Ian.
bus.
Yeah, and Olivia, of course, there. And I see Elmarie Sampson. How's it, Elmarie? She's our weather guru's wife as well.
Oh,
I
right.
hope the weather's okay. We must get something from our weather guru again. And Carol Jacobs from you. There's another East Londoner for you there. Saying how's it? Elmarie says she likes my
Oh, Donald
shirt.
Bradbury.
Here we go.
He's my mate. We've been mates for almost 50 years.
Yo,
From East London.
Seavale as well. He
He was also a Seavale boy.
Sinsa and Ganubi.
Yeah,
That way.
so literally, no, it's towards P. So as you
Okay,
cross the
Kids Beach.
Chulumna River, before Kids Beach even.
I
So
don't
about
even know where
12
the
k's,
Chulumna River
but
is, just right across.
It's a big river you'll cross. It's a big estuary, yeah.
Okay.
So it's Fish River, Chulumna River is your
Okay.
next big river.
All right. He's there as well. Glad to hear you mentioned the boss, said Brent Zimmerman. He says there.
Was that him? I didn't see his comment.
Ingrid Krief as well, Andrew's dear wife. Thank you, Brendan says. And you're right. He does such a great job of that motormount. Razan Jordan, he's at the bike shop there.
Ah, no, Razan, yeah.
Yes, yeah.
Was
Sergeant
involved with the
Peppers,
cycling.
you noticed.
Herman
Razan,
Harry,
that's
one of
it.
my adventure mates, riding
okay.
bikes. Yeah.
Yeah. Because now
And kayaker.
and Sharon, that must be your dear wife.
She was in a meeting, so she must have knocked off, or she's.
Well, she's spying in the meeting.
That's my beautiful wife of 30 years.
And there's
Lindy.
Lindy from
Ah,
Spa,
Lindy.
Quick Spa on First. There we go. Lovely to have you on as well, Lindy. And Brett says, yeah, who's the boss?
Zimmerman, you wish.
Who's the boss?
So he's my 50% partner in East London.
Oh, see. Okay, so you got a part of the East London one as well, then?
Yeah, so we've
East London PE is the same.
and we've got a small satellite in Jeffreys.
Oh, okay.
So we started Jeffreys about 2 years ago, and East London about 3 years ago. Yeah.
Well, I'm
To
glad
keep
to know
Brett,
you're in
to
Jeffreys.
keep Brett Zimmerman out of trouble.
Well, I'm going to be phoning you about my big fence there in St. Francis. Claire White, good old, she says, Mark's also an excellent fisherman.
So
Excellent.
yeah, so Claire was camping with us
Yeah.
in the Bavians for my birthday over March,
Yes, okay.
and I hooked into this freak bloody barbel,
Oh, really?
and it took me about 25 minutes to land the thing.
No
So
ways.
on 3 kg line. So
Jeez.
yeah,
look.
Claire was there with the grandkids, and it was
A
was
3
absolutely
in
awesome.
the river there.
Yeah. So
Jeez.
I reckon that barbel must have been about 12 kgs. It was quite a
Did it get away?
no. We landed and released it.
Oh, land.
Yeah.
Catch and release.
Yeah, I released it. Yeah,
With a 3 kg line. That's like fighting.
yeah no, proper.
Letting go.
20,
Yeah.
probably the best fight I've had in a very 25 minutes.
Did you stop there for a night, or is that what you did? I mean, because the pavilions is
No, we camp. We normally camp. So
camp out. Okay.
March we'll spend about a week.
Oh,
Normally
wow.
go for my birthday.
Okay.
Just have a lekker bunch of people out there.
Nice.
So yeah, we spend about a week there, and then January we spend another week there.
Intense.
Yeah. So I've got a camper, like a 4x4
I
camper.
saw your Bucky here. He has got like a jewel on the back.
Yeah.
You've been to see old Kurt Brunner, I suppose. He does a 4x4 Mega World stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So,
You got a tent on top of the van? Or?
no.
Not.
So I've got a 4x4 camper, like a
Okay.
trailer. That's a So
Okay,
it's
okay.
it's like quite nicely kitted out, and
It's like a caravan, but smaller.
yeah, more compact, big wheels, gets over stuff. Yeah.
Oh, wow.
So you can tow it into rugged areas and what have you. But yeah, so we enjoy our camping. Yeah.
What other kind of fishing do you do? You do sea as well?
So old Harry that was on here now, him
Yeah.
and I kayak. So we
Okay.
members at Nordic. So we go out deep sea,
Oh, wow.
deep sea at Nordic on the kayaks. Enjoy that.
Listen, they tell me that's quite a thing to get in there, Nutuk, if you remember there. Is it like a limited amount of people?
Yeah, it's a limited amount, obviously,
Yeah.
because I think everybody wants a piece of it, a little bit of
Beautiful.
heaven.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, we love it there. But yeah, I mean, you can go onto a waiting list, and
Oh, okay.
as people leave, which they don't often, they
Yes.
just.
Die.
That's probably the first thing I pay every year is those subs.
Okay.
No, it's just a wonderful institution. It's just so well run,
Okay.
so well managed. You can leave wallets in the car,
Yeah.
cell phones, go out, go and have a surf, go and have a paddle, go and have a swim, whatever. Everything's safe.
Cool.
So it's just like a
So I see there's like double little duplex places there. Is it double story?
yeah. So those are boat houses.
Oh. People
So-
stay in them as well.
So they're supposedly boathouses. But yeah, I think you're going to wait a very long time to
And
get one of
do
those.
you just fish out in a kayak as well?
So yeah,
Right.
yeah,
You guys
we
say
do a bit of kayak fishing.
Wow.
Haven't been out for a little while. Probably the last time was 2 months or 3 months ago. But yeah, so I prefer I don't really like the winter swell on the kayak because it gets a bit hairy out there.
Have you got any stories?
But yeah, I've got one.
Come on, tell me.
I've got two.
Yeah, good.
So yeah, the one time we came in and I'd say, Noduk, you've only got a little duck pond that you got to if you get it wrong, you get it wrong. So
Shit, okay.
that's where the water sits still, but you still got to be careful with something coming behind you. The
Okay.
problem with a kayak is you can't outrun a wave.
Yes.
But I got it just wrong, and I got picked up on Suicide Reef, and I got mauled 6'11". I didn't think I was going to make it. I was
Really?
being,
Just under the water.
yeah, and the tide was going out, so
Aye.
felt like my life jacket was coming off, but also, being rolled underwater, and then you're up again, and the next one hits you. No,
Where's
it
the
was
kayak gone?
kayak's gone. No, that's
Oh.
long gone. So
Eesh.
that washed up.
Did it wash
and
in?
it felt like ages.
And you're just holding your breath.
So yeah, on the same day, a mate of mine, or Matt Jacoby, also got taken out. So yeah, there were two of us that got taken out on the same day.
Jeez.
Just got it completely wrong. I think we've got it
Yeah.
down to an art now, but you've got to be very careful.
But that's also just saying that you've got to wear that life jacket and that
Yeah,
stuff. If you're going out
absolutely.
there. You have a cell phone out there as well.
So yeah, your cell phone works, and we've got GPS and all that as
Yeah,
well. Because other thing in the Nordic is it can become very misty very quickly.
Ah,
So you got to know your bearings.
sure,
and
you're
where you are.
right. If you're out
So,
there,
yeah.
you bug it.
Yeah.
You.
So there is, with the duck pond that goes through, you have to line up, and you got to get it spot on. So we've got it right now, but you got to line up about a K&a out to sea. You got to line up, with the signs, and you're on the right track.
So just that angle, you've got to keep that
Keep
angle.
that angle, yeah, so that you
And if
miss
the
the
wind-
two reefs.
The wind comes up.
Yeah,
Have you been blown
just
out?
got to- not blown. But we've been, Harry and myself have probably had a couple of hairy experiences in the wind, but it's been not too bad. Yeah.
Together.
Yeah.
So at least you
Yeah.
like, okay, let's look at it for you.
We've got those orange flares in case we need them. But yeah, no, it's good fun. We really enjoy it. The rock and surf I don't do much of here.
Yeah.
So I would, generally at the cottage when we had it a good few years back, used to fish a lot there, rock and surf. The rocks are a lot better there.
Okay.
East London coast a lot more flat than here.
Okay.
But yeah, otherwise enjoy the fishing as well. Yeah,
Yeah, I
bit
know.
of river fishing as well.
Yeah, so
Again,
you're
Tues.
really into it, and it's different. It's almost different sport. From sea to the river. There's different
Yeah.
baits and different things and different tricks. And
A lot safer in the river.
river, yeah, for sure. You said you had two stories. What's the other story?
Oh, so yeah. So the
Not letting
last
you
time
go
we
yet.
stayed there, when we decided we're going to camp at Nordic for a week.
Yeah.
So go to work as per normal. Just come back and sort of just carry on with the life. Just
Yeah.
feels like you're on holiday. So working holiday, but you're still working, but you're staying at a place with a beautiful. Because
Yes.
Nordic's got some camping grounds there too. So.
Lovely. Okay.
So we set up camp there for the week, and the Wednesday, so we had horrible onshore winds for the first couple of days, and the Wednesday was absolute pearl of a day. It was perfect.
Okay.
And so I shot down to the beach. I had the kayak there, everything. I said, look, took a couple of hours off work, sneaked off at about 3:30, got the kayak sorted out, a lot of people on the beach, got the rods out, everything's ready. And as I swung my leg over, my leg stuck. Look, the gaff had gone through my shins.
Jeez. Holy crap.
So yeah, here's the beach, packed. I don't want to look like a nana. So I pulled the gaff out, put my leg on, paddled out.
No.
And then when I got beyond the brake line, so being so deep, it didn't actually bleed that much. And luckily the gaff didn't have a barbel on it.
Wow.
But, with the blood in the water, now I'm trawling. I thought, this is probably not a good idea.
Jeez, back again.
and then back.
Gordon Bennett.
But it was,
Yeah.
those are the two stories I'd say. Otherwise, it's been okay.
Yeah, that was like self-inflicted.
Absolutely,
Oh my God, okay.
absolutely.
And okay, so let's go back to your school days. There, you're at Dale.
Yeah.
You didn't go to East Lane. You didn't go to Selborne. You say you
No, I
finished
went,
at Dale,
to
right?
a decent school. I went to
So-
Dal.
oh, right. So you finished at Dale.
Yeah.
87 matric.
So sub A through to.
Wow.
It'll take you
All the
back.
way. Was you boarder then?
No.
No, you weren't. So were your folks working?
My
in
folks-
King?
Yeah. So my folks had a trading store in Middle Drift.
Oh,
So to tell you the story, I
where's
was the
Middle Drift?
Middle Drift's close to Hog's Back.
Okay.
Hog's Back, Fort Beaufort,
Okay.
Middle Drift.
Nice.
So they had a trading
Fit
store
this
there.
place, yes.
And I was the only kid left in Sub A. So everyone else had left, and
At the school.
I actually made the news that one teacher, one pupil.
Mark
so when they
is
did-
the only sub A.
I was first time I was ever first in my grade. Eh? So I think when the department caught wind of that, it got posted. So yeah, the folks actually ended up selling the trading store. They moved to King Williamstown, so I went to Dale. So from sub A through to matric, I was
What
at
did
Dale
your
College.
folks do then in King?
So my dad worked for a hardware company.
Okay.
Yeah, and then he ran a sort of a wholesale Roddy Wears back in the day. He was a manager for them for a period. Yeah.
Okay. And so then when you left school, did you study at all? Or did you go to?
Yeah, I was at PE Technicon.
Okay.
So from 88, we did marketing and sales management, or surfing and sailing as we like to call it.
Surfing and sailing.
So we didn't do much studying, but we did a lot of surfing and a lot of partying. But yeah, they were great years. Yeah, and then
Do
basically.
you ever go to tapas out at Pine Lodge?
Yes.
You didn't watch us. Eminent Child used to play there. We used to do every Sunday, pretty much around. Oh no, but that was later. It was actually probably around 95 that way now.
But all those.
Yeah. No, I was at UPE at the time.
Okay.
So I was there.
So yeah, so there were some good jewels. The
Yeah.
Holiday Inn was at Lily's. So they called it Lily's.
yes, you got
Lily's
Lily's,
was a
yeah.
lacquer jewel.
Yeah.
And the one at the Elizabeth Sun.
Faces.
Faces. That's
Faces.
it.
But there was
Faces.
Club Bananas.
Club Bananas was at Summer Strand Hotel.
Yeah.
So we
That's
used
the
to.
one. And Dunes. Remember up at the new complex up at Pick and Pay. The Pick and Pay up at Summer Strand there. At, Kruger. What's it called?
Don't remember that one.
That was upstairs. Tinny Boite had that place up there. I remember that.
Now there was a place on the Barkins River too.
Yes.
All the stairs, and I remember
Sphericals.
Was it Sphericals? Yeah, I think it was. Yeah, I remember falling down those stairs.
Club Sphericals.
Yeah, I remember that.
You fell down the stairs.
Yeah.
It's country.
Yes,
Country
yeah,
as well.
it's country.
We used to jam there.
Pizza Hut.
Pizza
used to
Palace.
do- Pizza Palace. Sorry. That's
Yeah, that was Dave Gardner's place.
Yes. Oh, really? Eh?
And actually, that's where I was playing at that time, Pizza Palace.
Yeah.
That's where we were doing our thing.
Yeah. So
Because
there's some.
Parliament Street was very busy at that time.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
So there's some good jewels.
Right. So you were doing marketing.
Yeah.
And marketing and sales and whatever else.
Surfing
that
and
you did.
sailing.
Surfing and sailing. and finished that.
So
Actually got your diploma.
So I actually didn't. I
you did, okay.
had 4 subjects left. So I thought I'd met my current wife. We've been married 30 years. Sharon. She was always
Look at that. Look at what you did. Now look at him. Now he hasn't even finished his diploma.
So yeah, I thought let me move back to King and I'll finish it. Sort of correspondence.
Yeah.
So that unfortunately didn't happen. But then I went into the corporate world, into retail. So that's why
study.
that's why I look like I do.
Yes.
I'm only 45, but
Yeah.
retail did this.
It looks 32.
But then I spent my 23 years in retail and worked myself up in the Ellerin group.
Ellerins.
Yeah.
Okay. Always think of it as furniture and stuff. I remember that time.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
And there was an Ellerins in every town,
Yeah. Geez, plenty. Yeah.
especially the
So-
small towns and stuff. They were big into the
Yeah.
whole market. So, wow. who was it? Ellering's actually owned by. as
Well, it was basically Eric and Sid Eller.
Okay.
Yeah, then they sold out, and then I think it was 2008 African Bank
Okay.
bought them out, and yeah.
Wow.
So
And then it didn't last too much.
yeah,
longer.
I think that when you got too many academics and not too many hands-on traders,
Yes.
it just doesn't.
It stopped being a family thing anymore.
Well,
The
yeah,
management didn't care too much.
Yeah, I'd say that sometimes EQ and IQ,
Yeah.
they boom,
Yes.
they butt heads somewhere along the line. But yeah, it was great years. It was a great 23 years. I had 110 outlets under me at one stage, so it was taxing. But I mean, I had a big team that used to handle things very, very well, which I'm still very grateful for.
Yeah.
And then
Wow, but that was a big job then. So it was you were heading up.
Yeah, so basically had the Western Cape that I looked after, the Southern Cape.
Sales or operations.
Stores,
or what?
operations, yeah. So I was operations exec with them.
Okay.
And then the Eastern Cape as well. So Western, and then at one stage I had Namibia as well, which was that was like a country to work in.
I'm sure. Did you go travel up there?
Yeah.
Beautiful, huh?
Yeah. It's absolutely amazing. So from north down to the coast, absolutely incredible. So those were good years.
Yeah. And I'm sure you're into bikes as well. So you must have traveled up there with the bikes.
So that's one place I haven't been to. So Namibia, we did steal one weekend where we went to go and sort of fish along the Skeleton Coast and so forth. And
you didn't surf
bike.
that left-hander?
No.
Yo. It was a Skeleton Bay, isn't it?
At Skeleton Coast. I think it's on the Skeleton Coast, yeah. No, unfortunately not.
Yeah.
So we fished, so we just stole one weekend and we made a long weekend of it. Fished, it was great. And then, the adventure bikes, I mean, that's something that's also I'm very passionate about.
Yeah. Because I realized when I saw your photos with Ken Masters.
Yes. Well, Kenny and I have been riding for some time. We ride with old Ian Willifeer as well.
Ian as well. He's also injured now.
Old Robin Ellingson.
Rob
Harry rides. Yeah, Ian Mika. So
Ian Mika as well.
Yes,
so you guys actually ride mountain bikes, but you mainly ride the motorbikes.
Well, I think we do a lot more mountain biking than adventure bikes. But
really?
I love it. And my bike, I kind of leave it in the garage and I don't even use it to shops or whatever.
Yes.
So when you get on it, it's that special feeling. And but I really enjoy the trips. I think we've got a trip coming up with Ian Meek and them, and I think it's June or July. It's called the Tabile Winter Chill. Where we go all around Itzer and the wrist. It really is amazing.
The R62.
Yes.
And then go off a bit, I'm sure.
We meander through those mountains properly.
Is it tough? Is it quite a technical? You take some technical stuff.
Yeah, look, I mean, different riders. You got to be careful where you take the KTMs. They're not. They battle through.
Yes, I can see because Ian Olivier actually.
Olivier is going to have something to check now.
Look, we standing next to him.
In his defense, he wasn't on a KTM; he was on a Yamaha. But
listen, we're staying next door to Brennan van Holsplus and most fine. Yeah, he's the KTM guy here. Yes. It does, so we can't talk too badly when we're neighbours. You know what I mean?
They're great bikes.
But you got BM?
But no, I've actually got a Africa Twin. So
Africa
the Honda, yeah.
Oh, Honda is it?
Honda Africa Twin, yeah. But no, we always fight each other and bit of banter around the bikes. It's always
I see that.
always a thing. But we enjoy our adventure riding. Awesome just to get out there. A lot easier than a bicycle, I can tell you that.
Yes, I'm sure.
So it makes a nice change.
Yeah. Well, let's have a look at some of these. I see some of the comments coming in again. Yeah, there's a pile of them coming in. Let's see. I see Sharon Rother. I see at the top there. As well, she's just. I hope that your hubby's coming through there is just at a big up. So all our love goes out to you, Sharon, as well. I see that was it Rod Schroeder there saying, "Rough, you forgot to say that Queens was the better song." Queens College.
Already,
really, the Schroeder's obviously Queens boys.
Absolutely.
Tracy, Mark is waiting for the hippo stuff. I don't know what the hippo stuff is. So what's the hippo stuff?
So that's my thing where somebody says something that's not a good idea.
That's not great.
Cut it.
No, cut that. Mark, I see Grant Smith saying, good to see you on Genius Spot from Action Gutters.
How's it, Grant? Yes.
Lekker, is it guttering?
All the aluminium gutters Grant does. Yeah,
Oh,
the actual
lovely.
gutters.
Is it? He's got one of those trucks that does that whole.
Yeah, no, it's quite amazing. I mean, they got this in a roll
He's like,
and they just pull in, get it to size, and it goes
Yeah.
through like a filter and it shapes the gutter.
shapes the
It's
gutter,
just
yeah.
incredible to watch.
I'd love seeing that as well. Jeez,
It's amazing to watch.
And I see Davina in Wimbledon. Good Lord, Davina. What on earth are you doing there? Fantastic. And Johnny Miller, I see Mark, my brother, says nice to see you.
Johnny.
Jonathan Miller. Johnny Miller.
Johnny, be good.
What a legend.
Johnny also used to be with us years ago in the retail industry.
Oh, was he? Yes.
Yeah,
Okay,
so
okay.
good music.
Actually, I
How's it,
remember
Johnny?
that time. It was while we were playing together as well.
Okay.
Because we
Used to be the manager of
Yes.
Fern City in Pier 14.
Fern City.
Yeah, many years ago.
I so remember that now. Johnny, I can't believe it. I've just made that connection now. We were playing at Pizza Palace, what it was called Rattle and Hum back then.
Oh, yeah.
Herman Kutsia. How's it, Herman? Amazing
Harry.
day. Fantastic. Grant Smith there as well, saying good to see you, Genius, but lekker Grant. And Kenneth. Yes, yeah, well, I'm sure some of the stories are going to come out now, Kenneth. So try and remind him. Ken, try and remind him of some of the stories.
Kenneth.
And then we'll tell the stories here. Yeah. Brett, someone like you, more buoyant than your life jacket. He says coming up in the water. She's like, that is scary though. I mean, I've been in some big surf before, and that is scary. You're just like holding your breath and you're thinking, how am I going to get out here? Got him right eventually. Good, Sharon. Excellent.
Really feel making a chip.
Yes, a good school, but you forgot to your oh yes, Gill College. I did.
Gill in Somerset East.
I
He
actually
always
did
reminds
forget
me.
about Gill as well, because that's another school that produces some sports people there.
Oh,
You know, also people that break their ankles as well.
We actually did a ride there last year on the adventure bike through Somerset East, and I actually said to Ian that I'm amazed to see what brilliant condition those grounds are looking in the school. It's just
School still Gill,
so good to see.
Gill College. Fantastic. That is good news. Because everything, you know, you always assume that it's going to be derelict or whatever.
Yeah.
You know? So when you see it like that, it's great. That special feelings is Irvin. What's he talking about now? There must be a story there. Is there a story you can tell us?
The hippo's coming out, Harry.
Yeah.
Peter Jones is my mate from Cape Town.
Yeah, okay.
So he's been battling with a bit of flu. We actually set off to do the 361 this weekend.
Oh yes, I saw
and-
that. I'm on that group.
Yeah,
I'm on that group
and
there.
he, when the night air hit, we were about 70 k's in. The night air hit, his chest just closed up.
Oh,
up.
man. Maybe he had something
So-
already then. Huh?
Well, no, he's been back. He's been trying to.
Trying
He's
to
on the
shake it.
back of it, but it's still,
Okay.
his chest is still not
Shaking.
good.
Yeah,
flu's-
it's tough. That's Peter. You've got to rest up. And next year's another year, but you'll do it. Donald Bradbury.
Old duck.
Hole in the wall. What Funduro? Is that
There's
an
tails
enduro?
for your legs, sure Ian will appreciate. Yeah, I actually ripped. So Duck, it's a mate of mine, 50, we've been mates for almost 50 years, 49 years.
Donald.
He's got Gas SA in East London
Okay.
and Best Water Treatment, which used to be
Okay.
HTO. And he's part of Table as well. And they set up this ride.
Round
Round
table.
table.
Those maniacs.
We'd ride on the off-road bikes, the plastic bikes from
Yes.
Hole in the Wall through to Kocha River mouth.
Okay.
And there were these little lighties that are going to me, hey, pop it.
Okay.
So what I
Pop
do,
a
I go,
wheelie.
pop it, and my boot caught on a rock and it just ripped my bloody, all my ligaments.
Oh, geez.
I knew it was gone. I couldn't put my foot down. I was just collapsing.
No. So you're
And-
full of plates and things. Are
Not
you?
really. It's just the ligaments. I've been quite
Okay.
fortunate.
All right.
But I mean, those Transcar guys are different, Oaks, and you get back to Hole in the Wall, and old Evan Chowdhury was the doctor that also rode. He says, "No, man, you'll be fine." He gave me a beer and he gave me 5 of those prednisones. Those
Yes.
he says,
Yes.
"Swallow these, you'll be fine." Oh, 2 ops later, yeah. There you go.
Wasn't that fine?
But yeah, there were good times.
You know, that's just true. They don't think like that. Mark, all adventure bikes are great, but KTM is just next level. I'm ready to race, buddy. Just say when. I think you must tag Brenton van Volkswagen here next to us. Yes, tag Brenton because he will appreciate this banter here with the KTM stuff. Kathy Marsh, how's Kathy?
Fanatic,
Yeah,
KTM fanatic.
He's a KTM fanatic, and I think he's an everything fanatic. To be honest, he's a bit OCD in all departments. Oh my soul! We're gonna. I think Gary's got some bikes here. He's gonna be uploading some pics. I can see it. But and the bikes, obviously, you really enjoy it still. I mean, you and the injuries didn't bug you.
No, so I went off. So that was enduro. So
There
one of
we
the
go.
reasons I actually started cycling, there you go. That's my old bike. That's
that
the old
another bike?
Transalp. Yeah, that's the old Transalp. Ken was still on his old 660 there. That is,
Lovely.
yeah. There's the new guy,
that
Africa
new
Twin
bike?
there in the front. Yeah,
Is that the red one?
yeah, that's it.
So that's
The
your
Africa
bike there.
Twin.
Your?
Yeah,
is
that's-
that Ken on the Beamer?
No, that's Rob.
Is it Rob?
That's Robbie Ellingson. Yeah, there's
There we go.
one of the trips we did. I think that's
Yeah.
the
Those
Purist.
things
Yeah.
are high off the ground, eh?
You can just touch.
Just
But
get
I
your
mean,
grip and tootsies down on the ground.
if you're a decent rider, you don't need to put your feet down.
So one side.
Yeah. But
You-
no, we enjoy riding them now.
Makes at least you get out. I mean, you
Yeah.
obviously enjoy the outdoors.
No, absolutely. I always say, adventure biking starts when you pack that overnight bag.
Yeah.
So that's the most amazing
Yeah.
feeling. You got that overnight bag and you're spending an evening or two out there, and
Oh.
it's just phenomenal. Yeah, so like.
Have you always been like, I mean, when did this sort of thing sort of grab you?
So my mate Duck in East London, he was upgrading a bike, so that Honda Transalp I actually bought off him.
Okay.
So
Donald Duck.
Donald Duck. That's it.
Okay.
So yeah, I think that's where it all started, and probably
How old were you then?
probably about 40
No, 40s.
odd. Yeah.
Okay, so it was a midlife crisis. Then.
Something like
different.
that. Something like that. And just enjoy it, man. It's.
Do you think
so
you
lekker.
get to that age and you just think, like, are you looking at life and you're looking at things? I mean,
Yeah, Gino, for me, I think turning 50 made me take stock of my life in a big way.
Yeah.
Where you're at, what have you achieved, all the rest. But then even so at 40, I decided I want to travel. I never been overseas till the age of 40.
okay.
So Sharon and I, we did the islands. So we like, just getting to,
Australians.
so we did Bali, and
Oh,
we've
oh,
done
Bali.
Thailand, and we've done,
You put a surfing there as well.
I actually surfed in Bali, yes.
Okay.
Yeah,
So
so
it is
I
great
just
surfing.
hired a board. I didn't take a board over, surfed there. But we went to Zanzibar, Mozambique. I've been to about 6-7 times. We go quite far up north. Beautiful place. So
It's a bit dangerous there now, isn't it? Up north.
there's, where there's trouble is probably about 1,000 k's from Vilankulos and that. We go to a place called BD Point. So you can only access it. So the archipelago, you can only access it on the low tide.
Okay.
So it's quite phenomenal. You fly into Vilankulos, then it's about 70 k's north up to a place called Inesor.
Yeah.
And from there, you've got to wait for low tide. And if you time it that it's high tide, well, you got to sit at the bar for about 3 or 4 hours till the tide drops, which isn't a bad thing.
Yeah.
And then, across the beach, and you're in, it's wild paradise. It's like Mozambique, but not commercialized in any way.
Yeah. Oh,
You
isn't
get
it?
crayfish that are massive. You get prawns that are
There we
big.
go.
There you go. That's it.
Ja. That
that's
looks
it.
cute, eh? So you vind 'n bietjie kreefvra.
Groot kreeft.
Yes.
daar,
Lekker. Lenny Crayfish.
Yeah,
I love
so,
it.
yeah,
I mean,
travel thing bit me from the age of 40. Sharon and I did a lot of trips, enjoyed it, and so it's
okay.
so yeah.
And I mean, the things that obviously you've got these interests. Did a lot of that start in your 40s? Because I find a lot of the things that I really love now also started in my 40s.
Yeah.
I don't know if you had the same thing. You until then you're kind of working on getting, you're finding your way.
Yeah, no, I think so. So 40, you're obviously you're a bit more mature.
Yeah.
You've built up a bit more capital.
Yeah.
So you're able to do different things.
Yeah.
So I think 40 was a good sort of age to start,
Would
really
be
living
nice
a bit.
if we could still be there. That would be lekker.
Well, I'm still there. So in the head, but the body tells you differently all the
Look,
time.
54, it's all right, I don't mind 50. I don't mind the 50s, but in every decade you find yourself a little bit,
Yeah,
How would
absolutely.
you describe yourself in like 20s, 30s, 40s, 50s?
Yeah.
What would you say was
So
good?
20 was wild.
Yeah.
Absolutely wild. That's all I can say.
God.
Yeah.
These are kind of young kids, I suppose.
Yeah.
I mean, have you got children as well?
Yeah. I've got two
kids.
two great kids. Yeah.
Boys, girls, what?
A girl, 25, Sky, and then Dylan's 27.
Okay.
So
A bit
she's my daughter's in Beaufort West. So her
Leading house.
her fiance Logan is a flight instructor. Up in Beaufort West, so that's why they're up there. They're probably going to have maybe another year or so, then they'll probably move to Joburg.
Okay.
And then my son has just moved back from Matatiel.
Matatiel.
Yes.
Where's
Yeah.
Marcus
Yeah,
Burns?
that's their neck of the
Marcus
woods.
and Burns spot there, right?
Correct. I think his dad, if I'm not mistaken, was the mayor.
Oh, is it?
Yeah, I think he was at one stage.
Jeez, like,
So
his sister's still up there. I know that she teaches there.
Okay. yes, myself.
Yes.
Yeah, she teaches up there. But so Talitha, Dylan's wife, my son's wife, she's a nurse, a registered nurse. So he decided he wants to come back. He's got a passion for welding, so he's doing his Red Seal.
Welding.
Yeah.
Wow.
Loves welding. So he actually worked for his brother-in-law in an engineering store. He worked for me for a few years, and then when Talitha finished her training as a nurse at the government.
God, remember
Leaves my head now. But
Yeah.
anyway, so
Charlie
she had
Caleb or
to go and
something.
do a Zuma year up there. Well, that's where she chose to do it. And then they just stayed on. And Dylan's decided he wants to come back and get his Red Seal for the welding and all that.
Nice.
So he's at East Cape Training College at the moment. And
And I'm sure
hopefully-
your wife's happy as well.
Yes.
Have the boys.
No, it's
close
awesome to have them
by.
home. Absolutely. That's
Well, are
fantastic.
they there? Like that was get out of this bloody house. But then as you get
No,
older,
it's-
it's like, no,
It's,
come on,
it's awesome to have them back. It
come my
really
boy,
is.
come back again.
Yeah,
your
for sure.
kids, it's your kids. Is it? I don't find just
Thank
you're going all. It's all about yourself until your kids arrive, and then your
Yeah.
life just goes like that.
Changes completely. So
Yeah.
I think, everything you do is around your kids. The hours you put in, you just building for them, and just to give them my biggest fear I think ever, Gino, was that my kids look me in the eye and say, I need this, and you're not able to
Yeah, you're not able to provide.
provide it. Yeah. So
Sure.
it's very sobering. You mature very quickly
You do. You
at
do.
a young age, and
You do.
because Sharon and I had kids at a young age, which is nice too, because now, there's not a huge generation gap or huge age gap.
So you had your kids, and then you got married, and then.
Not that young.
Okay, not that young. I was
Not
just
that
checking. There we go. There's your biography. What is that?
It was a come down with me that we did.
Oh, did you do it?
So we
Come
did
down
our
with me?
own. We did our own thing amongst a couple of mates, and it was quite. Yeah, it was actually quite hilarious. But we followed it to the T, like
Really?
the show. Oh yes,
Yeah.
proper. It was strict. It was.
That's a
So
good idea.
It was amazing, and we posted on Facebook. People were like, when's it screening? And, I was like, no, guys, this is our own thing. But we had a great time amongst some mates, and
I
it
love
was
that.
special.
I love that you would go to that much trouble. Is that you or your wife? Is that Sharon?
Yeah, well,
That does that. Who organized it properly?
so I can't remember. I think it was Sharon and I's idea.
Yeah,
and
yeah.
There was one of the evenings. as well.
Some
So
parties.
each couple would have had a sort of a theme for the evening, and you had to dress accordingly.
Okay. So you
So
went
it was-
around to each,
Yeah,
so
each
the
house, yeah.
So it was actually a
It was
few.
five
Okay.
couples.
Oh, I see. So everybody had to do their own one.
They had their own, and
Fantastic.
once a month, and then twice a month. I think it was.
Because we've had Bubba on the show, but Bubba Difford on the show as well, who was the come down with me flipping maniac.
Yes.
From PE.
Yes. We had some interesting
With
ones to
clothes
see.
going off. Oh, my soul.
Yeah.
No, it's like, and you know, I think, like you said, at this age, you realize that what's important, you know.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
It's like, the work takes a bit of a thing. Oh, there we go. That looks very nice. Where's that?
That's above here. So that's
Okay.
our favorite spot. That's our little floating gin station. So it's up,
cheers to that.
up the creek without a paddle.
Okay.
Yeah, we enjoy cycling there. I mean, that Baviance is just
Yeah.
it's an absolutely special place. Best parties, there's no cell phone reception. So that's
Yeah.
our slave towing us.
Yes. Okay. Right. Towing you back again. That really does look beautiful. And that river, and that whole area.
So it's amazing. You know, we spend a week there in Jan. So we work through there. We have a shutdown around about the 22nd of December.
Okay.
We normally go back about the 12th. So we like that sort of first sort of week or the 5th to the 2nd to about the 8th, somewhere around there that we go and spend. And it's just like pressing that
Sure.
reset button. No phone calls.
No cell phones.
No TV. No, it's just it's National Geographic on the big screen every day.
How's your social media and your computer skills and stuff? Are you or one of us Gen X's?
Ask Gary.
Not great, he says.
I thought he'd say that. So luckily my wife's really good at it. So I thought I got battle. But yeah, not great. Eh?
Oh, my soul.
But I get by.
Well, I think we're getting into a section where we do the getting to know you section. We ask some crazy questions, and we can see what's gonna. We ask some probing questions. So let's have a look at the getting to
know you, getting to know all about you.
We'll take this sheet. I don't know who it was written for. Callus looks like
long.
Callus. It'll be cool. No, we'll choose a few out of this. The biggest risk that you've ever taken,
Other than your marriage.
yes, other than your marriage,
There was no risk.
there wasn't a risk there.
Yeah, I think sort of opening my own business, I think was a risk.
Did you have to put in a lot of capital in?
So
Was all your pension from your Ellery?
I actually didn't put in pension. I was quite fortunate. I sold. It was heartbreaking.
Yeah.
I took our family cottage because I bought our cottage over from the family.
Yes.
After my dad had passed, my mom just found it difficult to keep maintaining. So I bought it, and it was one of the hardest decisions I had to make because, I mean, we were in our third decade in that cottage, and it was just special times. I mean, the guys that have been on here, Brett, Duck, Brendan Kelly, all those guys. I mean, we've had such phenomenal times there. So anyway, I sold that because I didn't want to touch pension and so forth. Used that capital to start the business. I mean, I can remember probably one of our first months where we turned over like 40 grand. I was like, what have I done? What have I done?
In such a cuck now. Oh, my word.
And but as I say, you just got to weather the storm. So that was a big risk, but I was confident in the product, and I think when you got confidence in a product and I'd also don't ever want to do what 300,000 other people are doing. It's a niche product, but it was a risk because people had to warm up to the idea.
Yes.
And today I'm just so thankful I took that risk. But you got to take a risk sometimes.
Because people are also, I mean, the people out there as well love to hear about the fact that you second guess yourself all the time. Because when you take a risk like that, it always happens. It's natural that you're going to be second guessing. You're going to be thinking, like, have I made the right decision? But what do you think it was that actually? I mean, you could have continued making a loss. Were you just? Was it consistency? Was it what? I mean.
Yeah. So I mean, I knew the product was a great idea, and just believing in it and just looking at different ways to market and so forth and getting it out there. Because I mean, you can have the greatest product if people don't know about it. It doesn't really help.
When was your first big contract?
One
One that saved you. The thing like,
well,
oh wow.
well, yeah. I mean, we did a job. I think our first big job was sort of a house that we did out at Seaview, and it was like, wow, you see this can happen.
Yeah,
It was
yeah,
decent.
yeah.
And then we've been fortunate enough down the line, and I must thank the PE public has been absolutely amazing in supporting us. So it's the households that we've done, and then we've been lucky enough a few years ago to get in with a big development company, and we're actually on our third village that we're doing.
Wow.
So that
you
always
do everything.
Yeah.
That's amazing.
So that always helps, where you've got those big developments, and then coupled with sort of household individual.
Because the individual
work
stuff,
that you're doing for.
if it was all individuals, it's almost safer in a way, because you've got this constant flow of like 1,000 individuals that maybe 50 of them a month or whatever will come to you.
Yes. Yeah.
And it's almost safer than having one that can pull out.
Well, exactly. No, I mean that's why you don't put your eggs all in one basket. I mean,
that's exactly what it is.
So we've got a couple of teams. I've got two teams. So one will mainly look after the residential, and then I've got one team permanently on.
So no job too small.
No,
Okay.
we
Do everything.
We try and do it all.
Comes in and you're like, just get there.
We try and do it all. I remember COVID days.
Yeah.
It's like when you're sitting there and you're like, what now? How long is this thing going to last? You really start to panic. And I think that taught me how to appreciate every single sort of sale there is.
How many staff you got?
So we've got in PE, we're 6. In East London, we're 3. That's 9. And J-Bay, we're 2.
So you had to keep that staff then during lockdown as well. That's tough.
Well, that's one of the things, we've been fortunate that we've kept our staff. Most of them have been with us for 10 years. For PE, I'm talking now.
Yeah, okay.
And we've been fortunate because, that's invaluable to have staff that know, because it's skilled work. You can't just get someone off the street to do what we do.
And a team that cares.
Yeah, absolutely. I've got
some
great guys. I'm really blessed with some very good guys. Yeah.
Oh, brilliant. And you can have some of the comments there as well, Gary. I see there are one or two coming in there. I see Jacques de Bruin.
So, Jacques from Cape Town, an ex-colleague.
Kaapstad. There we go. And Peter Jones.
Peter Jones from Cape Town.
There we go. The most nervous that you've ever been?
When my kayak tipped.
That's like terror though.
Yes, that was.
Get into a bit of a panic.
So probably nervous. I don't enjoy flying.
Oh,
believe it or not.
No. Jeez, do you have to fly a lot?
I used to fly a lot. Yeah, I'm not.
And still, it didn't solve it.
Not a great flyer, but that's probably what makes me nervous.
Okay, if you had enough money never to work, what would you do with your days?
So, I think, I don't know if I would ever not work, because it keeps me, keeps the brain active and keeps me on the go. But I'd probably ride a lot more adventure bike and probably have the luxury of cycling earlier in the mornings, later in the afternoons, because, I'd get to work quite early. So during the week, it's only evenings that I can cycle.
Okay.
And then obviously weekends I'll fit it in. Yeah. So I'd
probably
do
for 4 o'clock ride.
Well, I could, but then it's a ridiculously long day.
Yeah, it is quite long.
Because we're at work at about 6:30, between 6:30 and 20 to 7 in the morning. So it's quite early. And then I'd probably ride a lot more bike, both motorbike and bicycling, and probably camp a lot more too.
Okay. Yeah. But now I'm just thinking, I'm in my head, I'm going over now. Okay, well, so where does Sharon come with it? Does she ride bikes as well?
No, so
that's when you're away from Sharon.
We're working on that.
Really? So the camping is more.
She loves the camping. So I'm blessed in that aspect. She
So you need to
loves
make
it.
time, you know.
Yeah, no, for sure.
For your marriage. What's the secret to a good marriage?
And I think it's, trust, I think, is first and foremost,
Yeah.
and communication is huge.
Yeah.
I think if you've got those two things, then
Yeah.
it really, as I said, we've been married for 30 years. This year in March we were 30.
Yes.
So yeah, it's been a
I'm
great
also 30.
journey.
94.
Oh, really? Congrats.
94 as well.
Yeah.
Yeah, we were also 94.
So,
Jeez. And
Yeah,
I get that. It's like the communication line's got to be open.
absolutely.
And also that never give up. It's not like that's not an option.
And I think that what works well with us too is that although she doesn't cycle, she doesn't have a problem if I go.
Yeah.
And if she wants to do something, then I don't want to do it for whatever the case is. That's it. But
Yeah.
our one love we do share is the outdoors camping. And I mean, not many people want to spend a week in the Bavians
Yeah.
with no electricity. You're totally off the
Yeah.
grid. So she's a soldier that way. Yeah.
Excellent. Yeah, and obviously the trust comes in as well. It's like so. I mean, do you cycle with a lot of sexy girls? Yeah. Okay. In what ways do you sabotage yourself?
Sure.
Yeah. It's like, I suppose your faults.
Yeah, maybe I overthink things sometimes.
You can put it in the comments, by the way. You can put these things on comments.
Yeah, maybe I'm sort of I overthink a lot of things.
Okay.
Instead of just
Are you a little bit OCD as well? But like Ian.
no, I wouldn't say I'm OCD at all.
Not.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, the fact that, because you were saying selling the house, that's a big thing. Like if you're a hoarder, you wouldn't have sold that house. It's like because it's such an attachment.
Yeah.
Do you get attached to things like that as well?
As I say, it broke my heart to sell the
the
cottage.
house. Yeah.
I do get attached to things like a motorbike. I'm not just going to sell it, or a bicycle.
Yeah.
I'll rather
This
keep
one,
nursing it. They mean something to me.
do you give them names?
I don't.
Well, that's a step
I
in
don't.
the right direction.
I don't.
No. Has there ever been a time when politeness or good manners have got you into trouble? Or do you do that, or don't you do that? How are you with people?
No, I mean, I think generally, having good manners, which I believe I do have,
Yes.
it gets you further. I can't remember that at any one time where I can say it's got me into any form of trouble.
Yeah.
But you can obviously inconvenience yourself by
Yes.
helping somebody.
Yeah.
But time-wise, all the rest. But I mean, that goes. I would do it in a heartbeat. I love trying to help people and help out where I can.
I think that's part of at least some fulfillment in your life as well.
I think Judge Judy says, "What? No good deed goes unpunished."
Yes. Yeah, that's the one.
I don't buy that.
The worst job that you've ever had?
I was a vacuum cleaner salesman.
Oh, that is crap. That's terrible.
So my very first job was
Really?
Yeah.
Vacuum cleaner. That
The
is
Kirby.
that is like the generic crap job. Did you actually go out and see that one?
My cousin actually imported Kirby vacuum cleaners,
Oh, okay.
and he actually did extremely well. So
Oh,
back
right.
in the day, he had these Honda Preludes. He actually had two
Oh,
with those old
Yes,
flip-up headlights.
another
And I
one.
thought,
two of them.
this guy's two.
He's
Yeah.
Cruise, he's
He had a
cooking.
burgundy one and a silver one.
Good Lord.
And no, look, he did really. He was a dynamic guy,
The
Neville.
Prelude.
Yeah.
Yes, I remember that.
And I mean the rep of the month would get to drive the Prelude for a week.
Okay.
So yes, that was always something. You
You
drive
had
this
to do it.
Prelude, your sports car. That was like the
Always
it was
liked
like the
those
thing.
cars. Always thought, wow, those are really cool cars. If I'd known it was a vacuum cleaner salesman who was driving around in it.
But yeah, I mean, back in the day, those things were damn expensive. They were
Yeah.
bloody good machines, imported,
Yeah.
obviously.
Yes.
But yeah, that was my first job.
Oh, no, that is pretty good. Well, what's your worst travel experience?
I haven't had any really bad ones. I think flying back from Bali, we hit a massive air pocket.
Ooh,
and we
really?
fell far. Yeah, where the
What actually
overhead-
happens when that happens? What actually? Because I've had some turbulence. Does like everything go up in the air? What is it?
Well, in this case, we like fell,
Yeah.
and then the overhead luggage things
Came
came down, and luggage all over,
Oh,
people screaming,
oh,
and
God.
so that was
Squah.
quite scary. Yeah,
Oy, oy,
but
oy, oy.
I can't say I've had any other terrible sort of
Okay.
travel experiences as such.
Okay. And the best one?
I've always got a love for Mozambique. I think it's just I've been there probably 7 times to BD Point, and that'll always be probably my go-to. It's next level.
Okay.
Yeah.
Have you traveled Europe and that?
No. So I've never been. Sharon's been a few times.
Okay.
Her mom, Sham, recently passed away this year, but she used to live in Scotland, so she used to go over.
Scotland.
She really go over to Scotland.
Scotland.
And
It's past Hadrian's Wall, it's past where the Romans said no.
Yeah. So she's been to Italy and so forth. But yeah, I don't know. I've just never had a great interest in Europe. I like islands.
Okay.
And that's just me. Yeah. So
You're not a cruise guy. You've been on a cruise.
I have. I didn't enjoy it.
Oh, really?
No, it's not my
Philippa didn't
thing.
enjoy
It's a
that.
bit too congested
Yeah.
and commercialized, and
It
we
is.
went
Floating hotel.
Durban to just off the Portuguese islands.
Bezaruto or whatever it is. Or
Portuguese islands.
Okay.
Yeah. But and then we also had a bit of rough seas on the way back, and
Seasick for a guy who's in a kayak.
no, I don't get seasick, so
Oh, okay.
I'm fortunate that way.
Right. But they didn't like being out too far there.
Yeah.
Kind of like the plane. Philippa's like, you've got a lot in common with my wife. And something that you've done that made you feel extreme happiness, other than making your children.
I think the cycling thing. I think I enjoy the sort of marathon events, and
long ones.
so like I'll be doing my 5th Transbaviance
Wow.
this year. So I think
Really great.
finishing that Transbaviance, I think, is always a special moment.
What's the elevation in that thing?
Too much. So it's I think it's about 4,000, between 3.5 and 4,000. Yeah.
Jeez, and it's only like what 9? Is it 9? How many k's is it?
220.
220 k's and
220.
4 kilometers up in the air. Yes.
Yeah, so it's got but you got time to do that one.
Yeah.
But it's always a great feeling to finish that. It's a sense of achievement. Year before last, myself and Peter Jones, who commented earlier, we actually did it in all that rain. We had that like 4-degree weather. It was crazy out there. 2 weekends in a row, it was like that. So I think that was special to finish that, in those conditions. It was a special moment.
I see just a couple of comments there at the bottom, Gary. I see the no guilt selling a broken bracket cleaner. He said he sold his mom. Oh, his gran. You sold his granny.
Brett's gran. So
Broken one.
we needed a few beers. So I took in nonsense. It wasn't broken. It was in perfect working condition.
Extremely inspirational interview, Ruff. Congrats to you and Sharon. 30 years, you say.
Thanks, you already. Rod's just built a house on the west coast. Beautiful place.
Lovely.
Don't ask me to pronounce the name. Dwarskersbos or something.
Oh, really? Dwarskersbos sounds like a liquor place. I mean, those places are doing amazing. All the way down the coast. I say it's got as far as St. Francis. It's just got to get a little bit further to PE.
Yeah.
To make PE explode with the property.
For sure.
We've got to get that happening. Let's see. What social situations do you dread?
Probably public speaking.
I like it.
No.
But this show was nothing for you. There's a lot of people that see
it's-
it, you know.
Yeah, no, it's
Just getting
probably
around
got better at it over the years, but probably not my best.
Okay. And the biggest bogus rumor that you've ever heard about yourself.
Yeah.
There's people
Can't-
speaking.
No,
I think there's. I see that Gary's got some outdoor photos here. We can have a quick look before we wrap it up. Oh, look at that.
it's a little Bonnie at Mozambique.
Mozambique, eh? Out on the boat.
Kuta, yeah, that's
So did you go some deep sea fishing?
yeah,
there?
that was actually quite a special one.
Mhm.
I'd actually seen him swimming across the water,
Yeah.
and the whole day out there, they were like coming up to the spoon, turning away. You could actually see them.
Yeah.
And this I picked up swimming top of the water a bit further out. I threw my spoon out and I just timed it perfect, and he ate me. So that's actually in my bar, that picture as well. It's
Wow.
a special
that
one.
looks lovely, eh? Where's
Yeah,
that?
that's out at Heidedal.
The
That's all
Heidedal thing. Yes.
Willie Field there, and there's old Bus. And
Oh yes. I've heard Bissy's
Tracy.
bragged about this before. You know.
yeah, this was like these are these Africamps.
Yes.
So these
That's
tented
beautiful.
camps. That's a little wood-fired jacuzzi there, which is absolutely awesome. Takes 2
I've
hours.
seen those. Those are fantastic.
No, they're
You
great.
light the braai in the thing.
Yeah, it takes
and
2
heats-
hours,
Yeah.
whereas a normal jacuzzi takes about 4 hours.
Yes.
But yeah, that was a fantastic weekend camp golding.
You got to stop it from overheating. It's like because it gets
Well, you
too
can't
hot.
put too much in.
Yeah.
So it's got a thermometer that you can check.
Okay, check it out.
But that Heitedal Classic is Pam Golding is one of the sponsors there.
That there is that also Heitedal.
So that
Yeah.
to me looks like Willem or probably one of our adventure trips.
I think I've actually been here. To be
So
honest. There's a little house at the bottom that you stay in, and then there's, on both sides it goes up like
yes,
this. in
so
the
that's
valley.
that's
Where's that?
called the Big Fish. That's on the Tues River.
Camties. Wow, isn't that beautiful?
Stunning.
Hey, that's a proper old camping site like in the 70s.
Oh, I mean, the lacquer thing is there. You've got cattle roaming around, fenced off, but you're on a working farm.
Yeah. Okay.
So that was an Easter weekend.
And lovely with the trees and there's gezelligheid there.
Yeah, no, it's really
Have
nice.
they got a little spot that you can all go to? They've got like toilets and things there as well. And
Yeah, they got very, very nice
Ablutions.
ablutions.
that
Nice.
looks
I mean, there's
beautiful.
the water, so you're close to your boat.
Yes.
Do a bit of fishing.
Okay. There we go. Who's
Myself, Kenny Masters there.
that? Oh, it's
You
Ken.
can see those muddy feet of ours.
Ah,
But that's up the creek without a paddle again on the gin
Yes.
cruiser.
so you need
So the
someone to
middle,
rescue
the middle
you.
thing's got ice in it, and you.
Nice. Yes, I see that.
Yeah, that's
Oh,
that's
that's
just
beautiful.
drone shots of the Brankies Kraal. That's what it's called.
Brankies hoogte, Brankies kraal.
This was the ride we did.
Who's that with you there? Is that Ian?
No, that's some guy interviewing me from Biker Heart Radio. It was a charity run we did. They try to do the longest row of bikers in a row for charity for kids.
Okay,
Yeah,
Okay. Oh wow.
it was supposed to be a world
Oh,
record.
that looks
That's
interesting. What the hell?
Sharon on
Choppers.
choppers there. Yeah, that's Storms River. We rode out to the lookout. That was on our 30th anniversary.
Storms. It's about whereabouts in Storms.
So that's through the village, and there's a place called the Lookout.
Okay. Wow, those look fun.
Yeah, they're fun. I mean, those batteries are like awesome. They're
Oh,
electric.
electric,
So,
yeah.
I mean, we got up to, I think it was 40 k's an hour. On
Jeez,
those
like-
things.
So she's okay with riding that stuff.
Yeah, no, that she's
Yes,
fine.
right.
Yeah,
Fat tackies.
absolutely. Cape Town
That's it.
Cycle Tour.
Oh wow.
So
I've got to do that as well. I've got to do the Cape
Oh
Town
no,
cycle
it's
tour.
so.
So you
such
do on your mountain bikes there though? You do.
Yeah,
You
so
don't do
I think
road.
next year I'll do it. I've done 3, so
Okay. Have you
I
got a
think-
road bike as well?
I don't.
Oh, yeah.
So what I'll actually do for the next year's one, I'll actually put slicks on.
Okay.
It's a lot easier.
Yeah.
Then you can
yeah.
stay with some of the road.
Yeah, but also your bike goes up and down when you're pedaling as well, which takes away some of your.
I lock it out, but
Yeah, still
Don't-
goes up and down.
still goes up and down, absolutely.
I always see the cars bouncing up and down. No. Oh, there we go. That
Now
looks
that's
nice.
birthday weekend. It's Frankie's Kraal.
Lovely. Big, nice big bonfire. What,
Yes,
what a
no,
pleasure.
we love
Kids
it.
as well
It's
then, I
just
see.
kids, yeah. That's
Lovely. Oh, there's
Ian and-
Tracy
Ian and
again.
Tracy.
Fantastic.
cycling in the Bavians.
Yo, it is beautiful.
Oh,
there.
there's that whopper of a
Wow, that is big.
bobble there.
Jeez.
Now, that took me a while to land that.
I'm sure. Now, we've had Chad Alcock on the show as well, and Rada Kanaki. And of course, Fires, Mike from Fearon comes on all the time as well.
Yes.
He loves his fishing. You would love that.
Yeah.
And that's that's a nice caravan shot there.
Yeah.
So
Ian and Tracy have also got a similar camper to ours.
Okay. And the Briar's out there as well. It
It's-
looks like Sundays.
No, that's Gamtus.
It's a Gamgees, okay.
It's also Gamtus, yeah. It's Ian's boat.
A little boat there. Nice.
Cycle in the Bavians.
Beautiful.
On the boat,
Hey, yo.
there's our trustworthy skip there.
Yeah, I see.
Ask him where his skipper's license is.
Oh, wonder. My word. And there's, that looks
Gamtus.
beautiful.
Yeah. Ferry
So
hotel.
Gamtus is really for me, I haven't been camping out to Gamtus, but it really looks beautiful.
Yeah,
It's a
Gino,
big river.
it's really, really a blacker river. It's absolutely awesome. And you got the ferry hotel right there too. So we sometimes camp at the ferry hotel, or we
Okay.
camp at Big Fish down the road. But always go and spend a bit of time at the hotel. Really is lekker.
You're not allowed to ski there. Or are you?
No ski.
Oh, no skiing allowed, eh?
No.
It's a bit.
You'd have to go to.
Where?
Crom.
It's
There was a little.
Crom, yeah.
Sharon wasn't happy with me. All that muddy washing.
I'm sure. It looks like a hell of a thing. But fantastic, man. I just love it. The fact that you had that section in your life now where you getting out there and seeing things. That's when you start doing
it's literally, you got to get out, not watch life from the couch. You got to get out there and live life.
Yeah.
And any opportunity we have, Sharon as well. We're out there, we're doing stuff, and that's what it's about. I just love.
It's the friends and family and the interaction.
Absolutely. This weekend when we went up for the 361 in Oudtshoorn, and just traveling that Swartberg Pass. There's so much beauty in this country. It's just unbelievable.
It is.
And then PE itself. We're sitting. If you look at Skinnies and you're looking 125 k's or 130 k's north, you're in the Bavians.
Yeah.
And then you're back to Addo, back to Skinnies. You've got this beautiful triangle.
Yeah.
You've got beach, you've got mountain, and then you've got this amazing wildlife out there in Addo.
Game. Yeah.
We are just so blessed in
we
here,
are.
really we are. And this amazing valley that runs right through the middle of town.
Through the middle of town.
Yeah.
It's beautiful.
So
And just as a finale, any bucket list things that you really dig to do?
finish the 361 mountain bike race. Hopefully Sharon's not watching.
Pete's
Pete and I have got a revenge match.
But kudos to you for looking after your mate as well and taking.
Yeah, no
and
shame.
getting it out.
He's also a guy that battles to pull out. In fact, he was saying to me that's the first thing he's ever quit in his life.
Yeah.
That it was safety first. It was you got one body, and you got many races still. So it was the right thing to do. Sad as what it was, disappointing.
Yeah.
But we turned the rest into a jewel. So the Saturday, instead of us, battling it out on the bikes, we went over the Swartberg. So Pete and Rob hadn't been to Prince Albert, so I took them all Swartberg. Over Swartberg, we went to Prince Albert.
Beautiful.
Marinsburg, they hadn't been to. Went to the waterfall. So it was really, really lekker. We just turned it into a positive.
Oh, good. I see we're going to get an attorney's letters from Tracy. Leave the
What
skipper
did I do?
license room. The skipper.
Allegedly.
Oh, the skipper's like. I'm actually going to do my skipper's licenses this next week. Actually.
Okay.
So I'll be legal. Gary can't find his at the moment because we found a boat. Yeah. I believe that's the end of our money now. It's just gone now, all of it into the boat.
Bring out another 1,000, eh?
Yeah, I think so. I think so every time. But thank you, Mark. It's been fantastic to chat to you, man.
Yes, thank you.
We have a competition for the guys that are online, we give away a Fitch and Leeds hamper,
Right.
not a hamper, a case of Fitch and Leeds. I don't know which one they send out. It's just a random case of Fitch and Leeds, whether it's going to be tonics or whatever it's going to be, but we send it to a winner. And we'll do that compo, but in the meantime, thank you so much for,
Awesome.
coming
Thank
in
you for having me.
and giving up your time. I know we chatted when we went on the Holstein, which was a tough ride, but I really enjoyed it. We've got to do that again sometime.
We must.
And I know I'll be doing some mountain biking soon. I've signed up for the crew.
Absolutely.
Here we go. We're going to do the draw. Let's see who's going to win. Who's going to win this? Let's see. What a pleasure. Excellent. I'll give it to you right now. I'm going to give it to you.
Everyone's going to say it's Rick.
It's Rick.
Well done, Karen. Well done, mate.
Fantastic. So for totally random, Price, Woodhouse, Villiers, Goldberg, whatever it is.
Villiers, Goldberg,
Thank you so much for coming.
Thank you, Gino.
And remember, next week we've got it's Jan Enslin. I think it's Jan Enslin next week. We can get him. He's overseas at the moment and he's returning soon. And we're going to chat to him about whatever he does.
Seagulls.
Yes, seagulls, seagull motors, and all his cars and things that he loves. He loves a bit of history and a bit of vintage cars, and of course he's a doctor as well. So we're going to find out about what's happening and what he thinks of this new NHI ball. We'll have to ask him that. I'm sure he'll have something to say as well. So next week will be it. Thank you to Fitch and Leeds. Thank you to Amobius for our internet as well. Ring says here. It's Goldberg and it's them. It's Bellarat. Thanks guys for joining us and we'll see you next week. Cheers.
Relax, sit down. Coming out of PE town. Drink, find a shot. Never mind your liver. Get to Gino Spot.
Gino Spot!
Get to Gino Spot.
Gino Spot!
Have a laugh, have a giggle, and exercise your middle. Have a Gino shot.
Gino Shot!
Get to Gino Spot.